The the amount shall be restricted as so much input tax in the aptitude to the purpose of this business. I am prorated distribution of input credit. Itc restricted to goods service used for taxable supplies of the same are used the affecting taxable as well as exempt supplies section, where the good or services or both are used the registered person partly of affecting taxable supplies including zero rate supplies under the Act, the Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act, partly for effecting exempt supplies under the said Act. The amount of the credit shall be restricted too much for the input tax distributed said taxable supplies including zero rate supplies. Inclusion in exempt supplies. Section 173. The value of exempt supplies US 17 shall be as prescribed as the include supplies of which recipient is liable to pay tax on reverse charge basis. Transaction securities. Sales of land and subject to clause B of paragraph 5 of schedule 2. Sales of building. Input tax credit in case of banking company and financial institution. A banking company of a financial institution including a non-banking financial company engaged in supplying by way of accepting deposits, extending loans, or advance shall have the option either comply with the provision of section 172 or avail every month an amount of equal to 50% of the eligible input tax credit on input capital goods and input service in that month in the rest of the life. The option once exercised shall not be withdrawn during the remaining parts of the financial year. The restriction of 50% shall not apply to the tax paid on supplies made by one registered person to another registered person having the same permanent account number. Input tax credit are not availed in the respect of the following situation. Section 17(5) Motor vehicle and other conveyances. However, credit can be availed if they are used for making the following taxable suppliers, namely for the supply of such vehicles or convoys or transportation or passengers or imparting training of driving, flying, navigating such vehicles or convoys for transportation of goods. Input tax credit will not available for supply of goods or service, or in both in the case food and beverages. Other out, outdoor catering, beauty treatment, health service, cosmetic and plastic surgery. However, credit will be eligible when an inward supply of goods or service or both are particularly categorically is used by a person of making an outward taxable supply of the same category of goods, service, or both, or an element of taxable composite or mixed supply. Membership of a club, health and fitness center, rent a cab, life insurance, and health insurance. However, input tax credit, input tax credit, the government notifies the service of obligatory for an employer to provide its employee under any law for the time being in force, or such inward supplies of goods, service, or both particular category is used to register a person for making an outward taxable supply of the same category. So hope you guys like this video. तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में गाइस, तब तक टेक केयर एंड बाय.